Greetings everyone, here's Lodrik, and this is the game 1 the Pacific Admits Edition. This is my PBEM match against Robert. He's the Japanese commander, and for me it is Allied side. This is now turn 11th February 42. Yesterday was not a good day for Navy and Air Force, for the Americans. Now I can strike back and maybe get some damage against the Japanese submarine fleet, maybe, but not enough to have heavy damage. But I sent my cruisers into Port Moresby to catch this whatever I saw there yesterday, and these are 2 patrol boats, so merchant ships with some 4-inch guns on top. This I can slaughter.
Greetings everybody, how's tricks? This is Orphan Anne from Radio Tokyo, saying hello to all of her dog faces and boneheads wandering the Pacific Islands. Before we start the music, the Japanese High Command announced today that the Imperial Navy has achieved another great victory near Port Moresby with the sinking of 2 carriers, a battleship, and numerous cruisers and destroyers.
Good. That was a clean victory. Maybe this is only supply runners. And there's a third one. And this can escape, but it's on fire. At the same time, the Japanese starting to bombard my last position on Mindanao, Nagato, Mutsu, plus of course some escorts. 16-inch, they always create a lot of damage. And still Japanese submarines here, finding one of my cargo ships, support ships. It's only a AGP. At the same time, the bombardment task force run here into my supply runner, just so close to Mindanao port, or to the hex where I want to unload. Luckily, this task force is, I think, out of ammunition, so they also break. And more damage. And this is Soabaya. So First World War, I mean a pre-dreadnought, maybe something like this. It's slow, heavy armed, but only with 2, I think 11-inch guns. I use it here for escort duty, but I wasn't able to stand down before daybreak, and so the enemy torpedo bombers found me. Yeah, it's always very risky to run any supplies up to the Philippines. Some damage to aircraft. Of course, that kind of damage and losses, I think, is not enough to really have an impact on Robert, his advance. This is scenario 1.5, so the Japanese start was simply more industry based than a normal scenario 1. So he can afford this kind of losses. And my Warhawks find in China again some capping nades. This is slaughter time. Good. Too good at the end, because there's nothing for the second wing. So it's the same here in China with a attack on Venture. And yeah, this is the beginning of the end. The Japanese destroy the fort level. Casualties are still higher for the Japanese, but I'm low on supplies. I've lost one more fort level, so maybe one more attack in Wenchao can fall already. Yeah, good. Overall, compared to the term before, yesterday, it was a better outcome for my Air Force at least. Navy lost again some ships, but nothing really I miss. And the army in China is doing what Chinese can do. They're holding the ground as long as possible. Good. So today the kill ratio is more in my favor, 3 against 23. So this means there's a lot underreported. So 4 more nades, maybe up to 16 nades destroyed. I had really only one Warhawk. That is, of course, even better ratio than compared to yesterday. One Warhawk for 16 nades. But I have still 2 dead pilots. Also, I was able to sink 2 of these cargo ships, patrol boats. Lost on my own AGP. I don't really care too much. This at the end very special ships. I don't really use too much as blockade runner and this Suabai SFI 11-inch guns. Yeah, but you have only 6 shells in the single one. So it's a punching bag because you have the 150mm belt armor, but it's slow. One torpedo hit and it will sink. Good. Hawaii, all fine. Nothing here in the South Pacific to discuss. Nothing new, nothing I detect. I sent my cruisers in to find these patrol boats. I sunk 2. One is damaged and burning. Maybe it will burn out. Who knows? I lost nothing. I have, of course, engine damage by high speed run, but it's fine. I only must be careful that I don't run into this minefield, so I have to clean the mines. Luckily, I think I have some. I have some AMs, so I can use them for cleaning the mines. There's still only little base force left because I use all my American Catalinas to airlift here. if they finish with airlifting, then they switch automatically to supply transport. So there's only support left and Navy support. Okay, so nothing really important, but I can try to save them. Yesterday there was this air wing slaughtered. I had them change to training to get their morale back, because if you lose too many aircraft compared to the enemy, you have simply always a morale drop. And I have also no airframes left to fill up this wing, and soon must be anyway sent back to the pool. Nothing here at Java, no really. I start to mine the approach to Palmbang. Maybe this will help me in the future. The Japanese shelling my base, I was at 98%. Now I will never finish this fort level. Wenchao saw the attack. Fort is down, damaged base, no supplies. So what I can do, I'm not starving, but yeah, it's the end is coming. And still no attack on my troops, so maybe I can soon, but there's a small road, or at least no full road, so will take some time to break and attack. So far I can see 4 units. We will see how successful this shock attack is. Can always work or fail. My detections say that there's a lot of aircraft on the ground, so we will see. If I can make a successful shock attack, I can slaughter some Japanese on the ground. But if not, then I have to run. This is the cruisers. I think they're now out of range for any air strike. And I send in my cruisers to make the next bombardment here at Balikpapan to simply create chaos and reduce the readiness of this Japanese army. Good, see you next time, take care, bye bye.